What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Which Game of Thrones death do you think was the saddest in the entire season? Or how about learning which Walking Dead character made fans weep in front of the big screen in Season 2? We'll be tackling these 2 TV character deaths, along with 8 more in the 10 TV characters who died too soon. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 10, Ned Stark, Game of Thrones. Here's the first one, and it was one of the saddest deaths in the entire Game of Thrones storyline. Killing Ed Stark was a grave mistake that the Lannisters paid dearly. It was the catalyst for some of the major events in the season. It was the reason Robb Stark rose up in rebellion against the crown, and Sansa became a faceless man? Woman thing? Anyways, Ned Stark had been chosen by King Robert to take the Iron Throne until his son, Joffrey, came of age. But Cersei wasn't going to allow the Lannisters to lose all of their power just because some naive man from the north wanted a justice for people. Screw that! She wanted to rule with an iron fist. That's why she tore the king's dying wish, imprisoned and proclaimed Ned a traitor of the crown. When the man finally decided to admit to the crimes he hadn't committed for the sake of saving his children from certain death, and that spoiled weasel of a king called Joffrey had the audacity to chop off his head for treason. Sorry, we got carried away there, but now you know just how much we love Ned. Number 9, Stringer Bell, The Wire.
Well, get on with it, motherfucker.
The Wire will go down in history as one of the greatest gangster TV shows that have ever been created, and part of the reason for this is Idris Elba's masterful performance as Stringer Bell. You see, Stringer wasn't your typical gangster. He was intelligent and he was ambitious, but it was his ambition that killed him in the end. In the 3rd season, Stringer decided to fully remove Avon from his empire, and the plan wasn't well thought out. Avon heard of his plans and came back looking for revenge. Stringer knew what was coming for him when he saw the gunshots, so he ran upstairs. But you see, everything was already planned out. The upstairs door had a guardian of death, that is. He still tried convincing them to spare his life in return for more money, but he saw they wouldn't even budge. As they emptied out their chambers in his chest, we knew that the following 2 seasons wouldn't be the same without him. Number 8, Zoe Barnes, House of Cards.
I want to believe you, Francis.
Zoe Barnes, played by Kate Mara, was the antithesis of Frank Underwood, played by Kevin Spacey. We thought that her ideological and intellectual brawl with Frank would continue until the very end of House of Cards. After all, she was the only one that was an intellectual rival of Frank. But all of that changed in the first episode of Season 2. As soon as he felt that Zoe posed a threat to his powerful ascension, he smashed that like button if you haven't done so already. But no, he actually pushed Zoe onto the train tracks, and that was the last time we would see her. This chilling side of Frank showed us just how far he was willing to go. Although we missed Zoe, this added another layer of depth to Frank's character. Number 7, Dale, The Walking Dead. While some of us sulked when we saw Dave gutted by that walker, there was more to the story than meets the eye. You see, Jeffrey DeMunn despised the feud that the show had with one of their creators. Some of the producers wanted to make more episodes of the show. To do that, they needed more funding, and in order to get more funding, they decided to fire Frank Darabont, one of the original co-creators of the show. When they finally did it, Jeffrey couldn't believe they would make such a move. This decision made the actor furious, and he had trouble working for a show he didn't believe in. And it's during this time of crisis that he decided to quit the show. But since the characters kill off main characters left and right, we didn't even think that he had a problem with the actual show. Number 6, LEXA, The 100. Man, did the creator receive a lot of heat for killing off this character. You see, she was the female hero that everyone loved, and Jason Rothenberg's Lexa was a fan favorite of the LGBTQ+ community because she was a lesbian and in love with Clark Griffin. But when the creator decided to kill her off in the 3rd season, right after she and Clark had sex for the first time on the show, the fans weren't mad. They said the creator wanted to evoke the bury your gays trope, and that's why he killed the main gay character on the show. After hearing this, Jason apologized but said he planned on killing her off from the very beginning. Number 5. Rose, The Vampire Diaries.
2.
In the second season of The Vampire Diaries, Rose was slowly dying after she got bit by a werewolf. The only person by her side was Damon, so what did he do to ease the pain? He gave Rose a dream where she talked about how she misses being human, how she wants to be close to her family and friends, and how much she would love to be in the sunlight for 500 years. We don't know if she could ever get all of those things, but we do know that her suffering was over when Damon drove that stake through her heart and ended her torment. And you just know we teared up when we saw Damon separated from Rose. We shipped those two a lot. Number 4. Henry Allen, The Flash.
Like me! Your mother and I love
Now, this wasn't cool. This just wasn't cool. If you're not a big fan of The Flash, let us fill you in on the details. Barry Allen, aka The Flash, is the son of Henry Allen. Henry was the man who was wrongfully convicted of killing his wife, and he was placed in jail. The only person who knew he didn't commit the murder was his son, Barry. He knew that it was a yellow blur, who they later found out was Eobard Thawne. Eobard had AC change of heart. He released a video message admitting to the crime he had committed, and Henry was freed after more than a decade of imprisonment. And you would think that the showrunners would keep Barry's only parent alive for at least an entire season, right? Wrong. They had Zoom kill him, just because he was pissed with Barry, leaving the Flash an orphan once again. Zoom was an a-hole, but then again, he got cursed by the time wraith, so give and take. Number 3. Barb, Stranger Things. Barb appeared for only 3 episodes in Netflix's Stranger Things, so why are we so obsessed with her if she appeared in just a few episodes? For one, actress Shannon Purser did an amazing job portraying this naive and helpless character, and it's precisely her helplessness that struck a nerve with us. We loved her. She was king and gentle, but she got killed off because of it, and we think that this is the message that stuck with us. The problem with being nice is you are unable to help yourself. You're unable to fight with the problems that arise, and you live a spineless life, hoping someone might come along and save you. They did, but this time she was left alone, and we all know what that led to. Number 2. Mr. Honey, Riverdale.
Mr. Honey!
Even though we knew him as the bad principal that canceled prom because he hated Archie and the gang, we later found out just how kind-hearted he actually was. And we understand why Jughead wrote the story about kidnapping and the murdering Mr. Honey. He was doing everything in his power to punish Archie, Jughead, Betty, and Veronica. We saw it as payback, and in real life, we saw him get fired from the job because he meddled with the surveillance cameras in order to cancel prom. We thought this was justice, but boy, were we wrong. You see, he was actually one of the nicest principals in the school's history. He even gave Jughead a great letter of recommendation for his college application, and then we understood why Jughead rushed upstairs and changed the story. So you can realize how heartbroken we were when we realized that the voyeur actually killed him at the end of season 4. Mr. Honey, you will be missed, even though we thought you were a prick in the beginning. Number 1. Jenna Summers, The Vampire Diaries. When Klaus killed Jenna Summers in the second season of The Vampire Diaries, we felt like a part of us died. After all, she was the only family that Elena and Jeremy had left. But that nasty Klaus needed a sacrifice for his sun and moon ritual, so he used her. While Elena begged Jenna to turn it off, Klaus drove that stake through her heart and killed her, finishing off the ritual. There's no telling what would have happened if she stayed for longer on the show. However, we did catch another glimpse of her in season 8, and we can just say we're glad she managed to find peace. We wanted to know, do you know any other characters that were killed off too soon? You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.